Okay, Ubisoft finally put out the full breakdown for the EUL. This is going to be for the 2022 season, stage number 1. So let's take a look at it here. On March 28th is when we'll see the league start up. That's in just 6 days, today being the 22nd of March. The participating teams. So we already knew all of the players, all of the teams and whatnot, but apparently the X Vitality guys still don't have an org, and so they are looking for org, but will be allowed to play without an org for, I don't know, however long it takes them to get an org, I guess. And then the Russian players won't be playing under their Russian orgs. They'll be playing under a neutral banner. So Empire will be known as Pones, and the Virtus Pro guys will be known as Outsiders. And as for the schedule, I double checked all these days, so I think they do indeed have the correct days of the week. They had several mistakes on the breakdown for the other regions, but let's take a look at what we have here. So March 28th through May 2nd is when we'll see stage 1 of the league running. So it's going to be on Mondays and Thursdays for the first 3 weeks, and then on just Mondays for the final 3 weeks. So March 28th and the 31st, and then in April we have the 4th, the 7th, the 11th, and the 14th are Monday, Thursday pairs, and then it goes down to just Mondays. So April 18th, April 25th, and May 2nd are those final 3 play days taking place on Mondays. It's not even the last one to start up. The NAL is still starting up 1 day later on the 29th. So I guess after NAL starts, we'll have seen every other region start up, because even before EUL starts up, we'll see Mexico and LATAM as a whole. So Brazil and Mexico and South America start up. Okay, what else do we have to look at here? The other big thing we were waiting on was the talent lineup. So it's pretty much all of the same people as before, but now Fabian is taking over for Jess. Jess decided that she wanted to step down from the Rainbow Six broadcast to focus on other personal and professional endeavors. So they got Fabian for the job, and I mean, probably he's the best guy for the job. He's really come a long way from getting fined and media banned back when he would do interviews on Penta in G2, and now he's been hired on in an official capacity to do analysis for the games. So we'll see how well he gels. I'm sure his analysis will be top notch. It's just sort of a matter of how verbose he is with it. But we've heard him speak many times in interviews and podcasts and whatever else. So I'm sure he'll do a good job. It is indeed just a matter of if he can gel in this supposed family-friendly environment. Milosh on the desk, Fabian and Fresh as the analysts, Ace and Dez as one of the casting pairs, Hap and Fluke as the other casting pair, and then Easy and Medics as the 2 observers. So good looking talent lineup. Nothing really changed from before except for that 1 personnel change of Jess to Fabian. And I think in the past EUL was like the best produced league, and so maybe we'll see the other leagues catch up. But if the talent and the production continue to be top notch, EUL might be the most impressive of the 4 regional broadcasts. And it's pretty well the same as is doing the APAC North one though. So but really, they are EU casters at their core. Okay, operator pool and everything from here on out isn't terribly important, I don't think. Thorn is being added for official matches. We already knew this. I don't think Thorn is going to be especially highly played, maybe some amount, and we'll have to see. Next stage, we'll see Azami, and I think that'll really shake things up. Twitch drops, I didn't really cover this in the previous thing because I'm not especially enthralled in the Alpha Pack meta, but if you do like to collect them, I think the number has gone down, right? Didn't it used to be 3? You can only get 2 per week now, and you have to watch 4 hours per, so I suppose if you want to maximize your Alpha Pack intake, you want to watch at least 8 hours per week. I think that's how that breaks down, and then details to redeem them and whatever, and then where to watch. So they have the broadcast in English, Spanish, French, German, Italian, and Hungarian. So of course, the main one that people will be watching is the English one. You can find that on twitch.tv/rainbow6 or the main YouTube. I don't know why they don't have the full YouTube hyperlink here, but if you just go search Rainbow Six EUL or whatever on YouTube, I'm sure you'll find it perfectly well. And then the prize pool, if for anyone that cares about this, the bottom 2 placing teams don't actually get any payout, which is kind of funny. The first place team gets 15,000 euros, and the 8th place team gets 2,000 euros with varying amounts in between. Pretty big gap between first and second, and then increasingly smaller gaps, as is customary in most things. And then, of course, you can get additional money, and this all adds up to 50,000 euros if you're curious per stage. So I suppose 150,000 over the course of all 3 stages. And then the EUL finals will have a 100,000 euro prize pool, 50,000 to first, 25,000 to second, and 12,500 to third and fourth placing teams. This will be based on their accumulated points over the course of all 3 stages, I believe. So not how they'll actually place in the finals, but the top 4 point-getting teams over the course of stages 1, 2, and 3 will qualify to play for this $100,000 prize pool. And then Challenger League, no information as of now. It'll be announced in the upcoming weeks, and then that pretty well does it. I think I saw that the actual time that the broadcast starts is 1800 CET, Central European Time, and now that we've had Daylight Savings Time, Eastern Time, that would be 1 p.m., and I guess 10 a.m. for Pacific Time, and then some people, I suppose even in the United States, were not affected by Daylight Savings Time. There's some areas that don't do it, so maybe your time relative to their time has changed or hasn't changed, but okay, yeah, so 1 Eastern, right, I suppose 1300 Eastern, 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific, and 6 Central European Time, which is, I mean, what, I guess 5 GMT, I believe. So, okay, yeah, that pretty well does it. I don't think there's anything else to talk about here. All the other stuff was already covered in the previous announcement with all of the other regions. So, upcoming, I think, once they finally announce all of the teams and players and whatever for Brazil, I'll do the breakdown, but I think they still haven't announced all of them. So we're waiting to see if some teams are transferring or leaving or players joining. Like most of it is almost confirmed via rumors, but we are waiting on those official announcements. So that'll probably be the next video. Maybe I'll have something between now and then, depending on when that happens. But yeah, okay. So with all of that being said, I will catch you guys in the next video.